Hey Bigger Pockets, it's Matt. Today we're going to talk about commercial real estate and how you as an investor can break into commercial real estate. And I'm not talking about you physically breaking into the building, I'm talking about you getting into the investing world of commercial real estate. So some of you might already own some residential property, some of you might not own any property at all but are looking to invest in commercial. And I can tell you it's different, but it's also the same. There are still profit and losses, there's still rent that comes in and expenses and hopefully cash flow at the very end. So it performs on paper very similar to the way residential real estate does, but a lot of the nuances and the ways that you can make money with commercial and the way that you can charge out tenants and the ways that your expenses flow are very, very different in commercial. So I'm going to talk about in this video ways that you can get into commercial real estate, and I'm also going to talk briefly in the beginning here on why commercial real estate is great. A couple different things. As I just said, expenses flow differently, right? In commercial, it's very common to charge tenants for maintenance to the building or for cleaning the common areas of a building or for utility charges to the building or water charges or whatever it is. So in residential, you're not going to charge the tenants on top of their rent for the charges you have to have for vacuuming their hallways or shoveling their snow. You're not going to pass that along. In some commercial real estate arrangements, you can pass along these expenses on to tenants as you incur them. You can pass that along. It's part of the lease. The tenants have to pay something called common area maintenance, CAM. And what that means is it's their contribution towards maintaining the space. This is our office building we have here in downtown Trenton. So we occupy the space as well, and we have 18 different tenants that occupy the space too. They contribute to the maintenance and the utility expenses of this building. And it's a great community to be a part of. So that's one angle you guys could take, is to buy a commercial asset and then occupy part of it and then bring other complementary businesses to this space. We've got other real estate investors, we've got realtors, we've got other folks, we've got an architect in this building that came in over time because of the community we're building. In commercial real estate, it's very easy to build a community that complements each other. A lot of our tenants here actually do business with each other every here and again. Not all the time, but every here and again, they have symbiotic relationships, right? So those are some good reasons why commercial. Now, here's how to break in. I'm going to give you guys we're going to walk through the space a little bit, and I'm going to talk about how to break into commercial real estate. Number one, the realtors that handle residential transactions, that are your guys that may sell you an apartment building or might sell you a single-family home rental or a duplex or a triplex, whatever that may be, are not the same realtors that are going to sell a strip center to you or an office building or even a mixed-use building or something like that. Odds are there are realtors that you want to reach out to in your marketplace that just do commercial real estate. So you want to reach out to them and interview them. Take them out to lunch, take them out to coffee, and tell them what your goals are in investing in commercial, and they will tell you their experiences with it. You will also find that there are not as many properties for sale. Like residential, there'll be many properties for sale in the marketplace you want to get into. On the commercial side, it'll be a tighter field of properties to pick from, so you got to be more selective and you got to really be willing to vet these deals out. And that leads me to my next point of what you have to do to get into commercial real estate is you've got to be creative. For a single family home or for a duplex or something like that, you're gonna find that it pretty much is what it is, right? It's going to be maybe a 2-bedroom above a 1-bedroom, and there's really not much shifting you can do aside from that. Maybe you're going to change the countertops, maybe you're going to paint it, but it will always be a 2-bedroom apartment. It'll always be a 1-bedroom apartment unless you make really, really drastic changes to the space. In commercial, this building was a single tenant that occupied the whole space, and we cut it up and turned it into an office building that's occupied by a bunch of different smaller tenants. We put in this big common area here in the middle that I'm in where we do seminars and all kinds of fun stuff. You can do a lot more creative work to commercial space to make it meet the market that it's in. And you may need to do that to make it match the market or to get it to make money, to get it to generate the rent that you want. I've seen all kinds of creative ways to optimize commercial real estate, and you got to bring a lot of that creativity to look at a space and to look at the market that you're in and say, what does this market need and how can I meet that market's need from a business standpoint, not a residential housing standpoint, but from a businesses that might want to occupy this and people that want to come and do business with that business. How can I create this commerce hub in this space, that people are going to be clamoring to be a part of it or to get into it as a tenant, right? So that's the big question. So how do I create that? And the last question that kind of ties into that as well is the marketplace. You got to evaluate the market that you're in and look at the market rents and look at what the market really needs. And that's maybe that ties back into one where you interview that commercial realtor and ask them, what are the needs of the marketplace? What already exists? If you're looking at a building you think would be a great coffee shop, yet there's 3 coffee shops on the block, might not be a good spot for a coffee shop. Again, something like that doesn't play at all in residential real estate, but it plays big time in commercial to figure out what already exists in the area and what's missing in that equation that you could put in and do very well in that commercial. So market analysis is huge. Again, interview other commercial agents, bring a ton of creativity, and analyze that market hardcore. Commercial real estate can be a great investment for you guys, but you can also have a huge pitfall by getting into a property that's a dog that's not going to make anything anytime soon. So make sure that you miss that pitfall by doing those 3 things. So I hope this is a great benefit to you guys. I would love to hear some great questions down below on Bigger Pockets that we can get into some banter on and talk about commercial real estate investments that maybe you guys have done, or Q&A on commercial in general. We could even get to talk about financing. We're not going to talk about financing commercial. Let's talk about that in the comment section below. Throw it out there as a question and we'll get into it there too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thanks for watching on Bigger Pockets, and have a great and profitable week.